Oh my gosh, sorry. Things went crazy on my end. I don't know what happened. But we're back live here on a late Saturday night because we were not, or Sunday night, because we were not able to do our stream at our normal time on Sunday. So our goal right now is to take a look at files that people sent us so that they can watch on the replay. And again, it's kind of late here, so we're going to do somewhat of an abbreviated version for feedback. So if you sent a file that's like 10, 15 seconds long, we're probably not going to get that whole thing. Sorry, but we will get you some feedback, I promise. But I do want to walk you through the process in case you want to send in your pronunciation files for us to see, so that way we can give you feedback for your American English process. Give me a second, I will show you. So, as soon as this loads, there we go. Okay, so this is our Google Doc. This is where the magic happens. You send us your pronunciation files here. You're going to see at the top, it sends you to a website called vocaroo.com. Once you're at vocaroo.com, it's going to look like this. You might see a big fat red record button here. You're going to press that, record your audio, save it. And once you click save, it's going to give you this link. You take the link, put it in our document, and you're good to go. So that way we'll be able to hear what you hear or hear what you say. And it would also be helpful if you want to include the text to what you say too. So that way we know exactly what you said. I don't have to ask you or be uncertain in case we misunderstand something. All right. And again, typically our stream is going to be on Saturdays at 1:30 p.m. This is a bit of an exception. No, June's kind of crazy. So we'll see what happens next week and things like that. I think that kind of brings everything I need to say to the board, though. So let's get right into your files.
Oh, let me add myself there, right? Again, it's not little, it's more little.
The G host was.
Are you feeling that here, or here?
All right, we're going to begin with a file. Give me a moment to share my screen once more, and we will get right to the feedback, which is exciting. While that's loading, I also want to say quick shout out to Shoke. Hey, and if you're watching this, whether you're watching this on the replay in the future, hello from the past, or if you're just kind of chilling and watching the stream live, say hey. You can disappear after you do that, but just let me know you're here. Be nice. All right, let's pick a file from her. So I don't like being in this corner. I'm gonna make myself big. Look how big I am now. I'm so big. Okay, let's pick a random file.
I'm not very prepared this week. First, I was thinking about doing some shadowing, but then I thought I can just improvise and see how it goes.
Okay, that was this one, right? I think it was this one.
Because I don't have.
No, not that one. Whoops. It was this one.
I'm not very prepared this week. First, I was thinking about doing some shadowing, but then I thought I can just improvise and see how it goes.
Okay, so again, we're doing just kind of a rapid fire version for today. So let's just kind of hear that one more time. Also putting the text in case there's a part you want to refer back to.
I'm not very prepared this week.
I'm going to just target this sentence here. I'm not very prepared this week. Not very prepared this week.
I'm not very prepared this week.
Not very prepared this week. Not very prepared this week. I think we'll want to target pitch and our stressed word here.
I'm not very prepared this week.
Not very prepared this week. I'm not very prepared this week. I'm not very prepared this week. I think most likely prepared is going to be your stress here. And I think most likely it's going to have a higher pitch. Because right now it feels super, super low to me. I'm not very prepared this week. Versus I'm not very prepared this week. I'm not very prepared this week.
I'm not very prepared this week.
I'd also say prepared for that air sound. It feels a little closed off to me, like prepared versus prepared. Prepared. Can you hear a difference between my air sound and yours?
I'm not very prepared this week.
Similar note on that too for this week.
Not very prepared this week.
This week. It really feels like our placement is pretty high. So we're kind of projecting from up here. Like, I'm not very prepared this week. I'm not very prepared this week. So trying to open up your vowel sounds to get a little bit more air through, trying to lower your placement a little bit more, try to hold your vowel sounds a little bit longer, and try to raise your pitch on your stress word. Because right now everything's just kind of closed off and limited.
I'm not very prepared this week.
It does start very open. Like I like your placement, and I think you're getting a lot of breath through. I just think we kind of lose that as we move through the rest of that sentence. Just a quick note there.
I'm not very prepared this week.
Not very prepared this week. Not very prepared this week. That's another way you could do it. Like, I'm not very prepared this week. I'm not very prepared this week. I'm not very prepared this week. So this is, I think you keep this all in one thought group. So I don't think that's necessarily a problem. But I would maybe you can play around with the pitch of the thought group. So maybe you can shift the pitch higher. Like, I'm not very prepared this week. I'm not very prepared this week. I'm not very prepared this week. And then you experiment and just maybe even take it a little higher. Like, I'm not very prepared this week. 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 Just kind of play around with the pitches for the whole sentence and shifting the register more, because I think it's going to help this sound a little bit less flat. The more experimentation we can do with the pitches. Thank you so much for sending that file. Again, just going to do some rapid fire things today. Let's take a look at our next one. Who's here? 15-second file.
If you had, let me see if I put it up here. So what are some of the bad or the tenets of bad modern writing, as far as you've seen them emerge from all of the sort of reviews that I've done at this point?
Okay. Actually, before I even put the text up, there was a part that I got a little lost on.
If you had, let me see if I put it up here. So what are some of the bad or the tenets of bad modern writing, as far as you've seen them emerge from all of the sort of reviews that I've done at this point?
Okay, I want to target the second half of this sentence. I think the first half is pretty clear. I think where I can be most beneficial is for the second half of this sentence. Here's the text. Take a second to load up. Okay, so we're going to try to target around like emerge, I think it was.
Tenets of bad modern writing, as far as you've seen them emerge from all of the sort of modern writing, as far as you've seen them emerge from
Emerge. I've seen them emerge. I needed to look at the text for a moment to see for emerge because I wouldn't have gotten that, at least not the first time. That could have just been me.
as far as you've seen them emerge from all.
Emerge, because I think we're kind of losing the j sound, like emerge versus like emerge. Also, maybe try and get that sound a little sharper. Emerge, emerge.
Emerge from all.
Emerge from versus emerge from.
As far as you've seen them emerge from all of this.
Emerge from. So I think my place was a little lower. My sound's just a little bit more open, and it's helping to make the word a little bit clearer.
As far as you've seen them emerge from all of the sort of reviews that have.
So emerge from all of this sort of reviews. The grammars here are kind of weird too, but my guess is you're shadowing, so maybe this is how they talked.
As far as you've seen them emerge from all of the sort of reviews that have done.
The reviews that you have done part.
Emerge from all of the sort of reviews that have done.
Because what I'm hearing is like reviews you'd have done. Reviews you'd have done. That's what I heard.
Emerge from all of the sort of reviews that have done.
You hear reviews you'd have done. Not reviews that you've done. Reviews that you've done. So there's a couple different ways you say that, right? You could use the contractions like reviews that you've done, reviews that you've done. Or you could not use the contraction, just use the full present perfect, like reviews that you have done, reviews that you have done. Hear the difference between you have done and you've done. I think the contraction is the more common one, but you could also say that you have done, just to note.
As far as you've seen them emerge from all of the sort of reviews that have done at this point.
The other thing we're going to say on that part is the pitch gets a lot flatter.
As far as you've seen them emerge from all of the sort of reviews that have done.
Reviews you'd have done. Reviews you'd have done. That part there sounds really flat to me.
From all of the sort of reviews that have done.
Reviews you'd have done. So you do get a little bit of movement on done, but I think the whole little phrase is going to need a lot more. It's like for all the sort of reviews that you've done at this point. Reviews that you've done. Reviews that you've done. And so just going lower on that part, I think it's going to help add some more contrast to this, make it a little easier for your listener to follow along.
Sort of reviews that have done at this point.
I would also try to open up a little bit more on point.
Reviews that I've done at this point.
Do it. Reviews that you've done at this point versus reviews you'd have done at this point. Reviews you'd have done at this point. So try to lower the pitch on point. Try to get a little more breath through, and I think that's going to have a pretty big impact on your sound there.
Emerge from all the sort of reviews that I've done at this point.
Emerge from all this sort of reviews that you've done at this point. That's how I would have said that. All right, but thanks to Manuel for sending that. Squeeze in another one. That's all we do. Ooh, that's a really long one. 21, 9, 5, 41. Okay. Try a 9-second file. All right, let's take a look at this file here. And by the way, again, there is still time if you would like to get your pronunciation looked at by me. There's still time. You can look at the video description, or you can go to this document here. And maybe you're watching this in the future again. Well, our stream is always on Saturdays, and we're always using the same link. I cleared the link usually on Thursday or Friday. So if you would like to send in a file for next time, all you need to do is just put it in here. If you see the old info, you can just like write a note, be like, hey, this is for the next class, and I will see that.
We're looking forward to our babysitting adventure, but we need details ASAP.
Okay. This is from my mom. Thanks to my mom for sending a file. Always appreciate that. So she is a native speaker. So I'm just going to kind of highlight some quick things that she's doing that maybe you can start applying to your own speech that you might find helpful. Here is the text for what she said. And here's the audio for what she said.
We're looking forward to our babysitting adventure.
We're looking forward to our babysitting adventure. Natural sounding, it sounds red. I don't think people necessarily talk like this exactly, but what is she doing that sounds natural?
We're looking forward to.
Like we're looking forward. So notice that look forward to something, or we're looking forward to something. So things I like. I mean, the short I sound on looking, the sound on looking as well tends to be a vowel that can be tricky.
We're looking forward.
Yeah, we're looking. Also, the short I sound on ing. It's like looking. Then the stress on forward. You'll hear that higher pitch on forward.
We're looking forward to our babysitting adventure.
Forward. Notice that she keeps the T on too. Forward to our.
We're looking forward to our babysitting adventure.
Babysitting adventure. Babysitting, she maintains the fast D sound. You could also use a fast D for the two. It's like forward to our. We're looking forward to our babysitting adventure.
To our babysitting adventure.
To our babysitting adventure. Another way you may hear that stress too is the stress on baby instead of adventure. So that's just another option. Both of these work. It's like our babysitting adventure or babysitting adventure. See what intonation she has on adventure?
Babysitting adventure, but we need
adventure,
but we
Sure. It's like a very, very soft rising intonation at the end of that R. And that's something I tell students a lot is that when you listen to native speakers talk, the intonation patterns aren't usually very direct. It's not like this falling intonation, this, or this, just like straight rise. A lot of times it's more nuanced, like this, like this. Do you hear the difference between like this? So just adding a little bit of a waver, like a quiver, to the intonation can help something sound more natural.
Sure, but we need our babysitting adventure.
Sure. There's that soft little rise at the end there.
But we need details ASAP.
ASAP. I would have expected. I think she is stressing ASAP. I think she is stressing P.
But we need details ASAP.
ASAP. Yeah, so she is stressing P, but it's a very soft stress. A lot of times when you hear people say that, they're going to put more emphasis there, like ASAP. So you could also have a higher pitch there. Yes. I want to pay attention to how she's linking there.
Details ASAP.
A-yes.
Details ASAP.
Okay, listen to how she says A-yes. So notice that she's not saying A-S, A-S, because that's really choppy, right? A-S, A-S. No, what she's saying instead is A-yes, A-yes,
Details ASAP.
A-yes.
Details ASAP.
It almost sounds like A-yes, like yes, please. And why is this happening? Well, because the letter S actually starts with a vowel sound. You're like, but Jeff, it's consonant. No, but when you say S, the first sound that you say is like an S. There's so many letters like this, right? There's F, there's X, there's M, there's N, there's L. There's so many letters that, they're consonants, but the first sound that's part of their name is actually a vowel. And so when we're linking this, because A is also a vowel, A, and then S starts with a vowel sound. So when we link those vowels together, we're going to add a slight yes sound. It's like A, yes, A, yes. It's A, S, A, S, A, yes, A, P. All right, so just some quick things there. If you guys have any questions about anything I mentioned there, be sure to let me know. But just to let you know about some other things that are kind of happening around the channel and stuff like that. If you're finding this helpful, for instance, like all this pronunciation stuff, there's so many things that we do to help out with pronunciation. So, for instance, we have our YouTube videos, on our channel. We have our bonus English newsletter, which is also free. But then if you're trying to invest in yourself a little bit more, we have a Telegram group where every single day of the week, I post a challenge, a group of words to say, and I send you a model. And then you can reply with your own audio and get feedback. So if you're trying to get a coach, kind of like what we're doing right now, but you want this to happen every single day with just a sentence or two sentences or some words that you say every day, then the Mission English group is a great opportunity. I mean, the Telegram group is a great opportunity. And then if you want to go more in depth, because you don't just want to send one audio file, you maybe want to have an actual class. Well, that's what Mission English is for. For Mission English, you pay once for the month, and then you get access to all of these classes. These are small group classes. 3 to 4 students join me on screen at each of these times. And you can come to as many of these classes as you like, as long as, it works out for you. The other advantage, too, is that all of these classes are saved. In fact, we're about to surpass our 300th class. Give that up for us. Mission English is about to pass 300 lessons. So if you join Mission English, because all of our classes are saved, you can see all of our previous 300 classes. So that's another advantage. Each of these classes you see are based on New York time zones. You can see there are different time zones too. So we do a 1:30 p.m. class like on Monday and on Tuesday and also on Friday. We have an 8 p.m. class New York, which is on Monday and on Wednesday and on Thursday. And we have that 9:30 a.m. spot on Tuesday, on Wednesday, and on Friday. Okay, so we spread out time zones. We also have some writing classes. I used to be an examiner for IELTS. I'm glad I don't do that anymore. But if you're trying to work on your IELTS or business writing or things like that, then that's certainly an opportunity. One last quick note, too, is we're creating a new video course called Accent Dash, where basically what's happening is for the video course, it's 2-minute videos. You sign up for the course, and you get access to 14 2-minute videos that targets some of the most difficult sounds American, I guess. If you give me a moment, I appreciate your time. All right. So this is our webpage, fluentamerican.com. Make this a little bigger. All right. And if you go down to our courses, you're going to see all our courses down here. And our Accent Dash course. Super excited to say that for all members of Mission English, you're going to get free access to Accent Dash. So if you join Mission English, you will get Accent Dash for free. So again, it's going to be 14 2 to 3 minute videos. It's not live yet, but you can see some previews of what the classes are like here on the website. Okay. And again, we're targeting some of the most difficult combinations like R and L, A plus N, like in man, THs, like in THs like to N sounds, like and then, becoming and then. We look at stress patterns, we look at all kinds of stuff. So this is something that you want to consider. If you join Mission English, you'll get access to Accent Dash for free. Or if you just want to take a look at that separately. That's also an option too. But again, fluentamerican.com/accent dash. Also for content that you're not going to find anywhere else on the internet. It's not on the channel. Other channels aren't doing this. Just us. Let's take a look at a couple last files. Thank you guys for your patience. We did a short one. Let's do a longer one. We got this 41-second one here.
Welcome to Saudi, as we are committed to provide our guests with top quality services and best-in-class cabin hygiene. To ensure our guests are always safe, we have decided to partner with Dettol, the global leader in germ protection, to provide our guests with the best hygiene and utmost protection, and make sure they're keeping their hands and personal items clean and protected from germs to help maximize the safety of their travel experience. We wish you a safe flight on board Saudi. That's all.
Is this like a real thing? Is this a real script? Is Dettol a real product? I have so many questions now. How much did they pay for this ad spot? My God. Good for them if that's real. Okay. Just going to highlight some quick things.
Welcome to Saudi, as we are committed.
It's always tricky with names, so all I'm going to say is like in North America, if you're going to pronounce a name, how would people in North America pronounce it?
Welcome to Saudi.
Because my guess is it says Saudi. You're in North America, you're probably hear more Saudi. Welcome to Saudi. Just a note. I know that sounds horrible, but that's how I think a lot of people in North America will pronounce it.
Saudi, as we are committed to provide our guests with top quality.
We hear provide our guest.
Provide our guests with.
I'm not hearing the S there, so I don't know if it's because you didn't say it or it's because of the cluster. That can be a very difficult cluster, that STS combination. So just making sure that, again, it's guests. So it's not guest, provide our guests, it's provide our guests. Just a note there.
Top quality services.
We hear services.
Yes, with top quality services.
Services. That's one. The placement's really high. Services versus sir. Services. I would do more of a sir sound than a sir.
And best in class cabin hygiene.
Best in class.
And best in class.
Best in class. I think that's fine. I think a very frequent stress pattern for that, though, is actually going to be with the stress on best, not best in class. More best in class cabin hygiene.
Cabin hygiene.
Cabin.
And best in class cabin hygiene.
Cabin hygiene. Cabin hygiene. Hygiene.
And best in class cabin hygiene.
Hygiene. It sounds to me like you're stressing gene, but the stress will be on high, actually. Hygiene. It's not hygiene. It's hygiene. Best in class cabin hygiene.
To ensure our guests are always safe, we have decided to partner with Dettol.
We have decided to partner with Delta.
Cabin hygiene.
Dettol.
To ensure our guests are always safe, we have decided to partner with Dettol.
We've decided to partner with Delta. I think you're doing the right general idea where I do think you're kind of going down in pitch. That we have decided to partner with Dettol. But I think we can expand it even more. I would try to go even lower. I would really try to go even lower.
To ensure our guests are always safe, we have decided to partner with Dettol.
We have decided to partner with Dettol. Partner with, so like especially like the partner with part, that's your opportunity to use a much lower pitch, and that's going to give you a lot more contrast and more natural rhythm. We have decided to partner with Dettol.
Ensure our guests are always safe. We have decided to partner with Dettol, the global leader in germ protection.
Germ protection sounds like you're protecting the germs, but that's a minor thing.
Germ protection to provide our guests with the best.
Again, I'm hearing guests, not guests. So definitely work on that STS combination. Guests.
Protection to provide our guests with the best hygiene and utmost protection.
What your utmost again?
And utmost protection.
Utmost probably going to be more common with a held T. So right now I'm hearing utmost versus like utmost. Utmost. Can you hear the difference between utmost and utmost? Utmost. So I would personally recommend using more held T sounds there because I think it's going to be a more frequent sound. But that's not to say the T's are wrong if you do pronounce them.
with the best hygiene and the utmost protection. And make sure they're keeping their hands
And make sure they're keeping.
with the best hygiene and the utmost protection. And make sure they're keeping their
Yeah, keeping versus keeping. More E, so it's not kept, it's more keeping.
hands.
All right, this file's already getting a little bit long, but Shok, if you have any questions about anything there, let me know. But thank you for sending that file. We, as always, appreciate you. Okay, we got a 5-second one and a 21-second one. Checking our documents. I see Huma. Maybe send us some audio. Please do. Guys, if you want to send us some audio, there is still time. Okay. Although not a whole lot because we're tired over here. But this is the link. You can see the Google Doc, also in the video description in case you want to send us some audio. Let's knock out the long one here. See what we got going on.
I don't know if everybody feels like that, but to me, it seems like the time just flies. You know,
I think that's a great section to pause on. So we'll just kind of target that part there.
I don't know if everybody feels like that, but to me,
the biggest thing is going to be pitches. We're just sounding really flat. It's clear, it's understandable, it's really flat. It's not a wide range of pitches being used.
I don't know if everybody feels like that, but
I don't know if everybody feels like that. I don't know if everyone feels like that. I don't know if everybody feels like that. Like, what's our stress? That's the first thing, when you're trying to decide, okay, I want to add more pitches to what I'm saying, but how do I do that? Well, the first thing is you need to decide what words are you stressing? Okay. Because that's also going to tell you how many thought groups you have. Because if you stress 2 words, then you're going to have 2 thought groups. If you're stressing 3 words, you can expect 3 thought groups. But if you're only stressing 1 word, then you're only going to expect to have 1 heavy stress.
I don't know if everybody feels like that, but
because it sounds right now you have 3 stresses.
I don't know if
I don't know
everybody feels like that,
but it's like no, everybody it feels.
I don't know if everybody feels like that, but
I don't know if everybody feels like that. I don't know if everybody feels like that. So that's kind of the pattern you're giving me right now.
I don't know if everybody feels like that, but
I think the one that's really killing you is that stress on everybody. I wouldn't stress that. I don't know if everybody feels like that. I don't know if everybody feels like that. I don't know if everybody feels like that. You could get rid of the first stress too and just could stress on feels. I don't know if everybody feels like that, but I don't know if everybody feels like that, but
I don't know if everybody feels like that, but
because what happens when you add more stresses to your sentence, they can still work, but if you don't have enough variance in pitch, among other things, it's going to result in a sentence that sounds really choppy. This sounds really, really choppy to me. It's very broken up. I don't know if everybody feels like that.
I don't know if everybody feels like that, but to me,
feels like that. But I would also go lower pitch on but.
If everybody feels like that, but
feels like that, but feels like that, but your pitch between that and but is too similar. But is not actually carrying a whole lot of weight on its own here. It's probably going to be a little faster and also lower pitch. Feels like that, but feels like that, but
to me, it seems like the time just flies.
But to me, it was really an opportunity to go way higher. I don't know if everybody feels like that, but to me, time just feels like it flies, or whatever you said. It's like that's your opportunity to break pattern a little bit, go extra high.
I don't know if everybody feels like that, but to me, it seems like the time just flies like that. But to me, it seems like the time just flies.
I would also take off the article before time. I said the time just flies. Just time flies. The phrase is time flies or time just flies. You don't need the article. Just a note there.
Me, it seems like the time just flies. I don't know if everybody feels like that, but to me, it seems like the time just flies. It seems like the time just, but to me, it seems like the time just flies. Everybody feels like that, but to me, it seems like the time just flies. But to me, it seems like the time just flies.
It seems something just sounds a little off to me on seems.
like that, but to me, it seems like the time.
Seems like I think what's happened is reducing our vowel too much. I'll try to get the vowel to be held a little bit longer. Like it seems like
Just flies.
Or flies.
I don't know if ever, but to me, it seems like the time just flies.
Flies. I do think you get even more breath there. I'll try to gauge your diaphragm just slightly more. I think you're close, but it does feel slightly blocked off. So again, I flies. Time just flies. Okay. Elcha, thank you so much for this file. We appreciate you as always. So I'm going to move on just for the sake of time here. Appreciate your understanding of that. Huma. I'm so excited to see a file. If you could send it in time, if you're watching. Also, if you're watching, if you're watching, and you haven't sent us a file yet, what are we waiting for? Our last one.
Because I don't have enough money, buying a new car is out of the question.
Okay. Thanks to Marcos for sending this. So again.
Because I don't have enough money, buying a new car is out of the question.
I really like your first part. Because I don't have enough money. I like that part a lot. I think it sounds really good.
Because I don't have enough money, buying a new car is
I like the money, the quiver there. We mentioned this intonation pattern earlier. You can hear the movement when he says E on money.
Enough money.
Money. Because I don't have enough money. I like that a lot. I think it's a very natural way of saying that.
Because I don't have enough money.
Because I don't have enough money. You could even go lower on enough if you wanted. Like I don't have enough money. Because I don't have enough money. Because right now it feels like it's more having enough money.
Enough money. Buying enough money. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough money.
Yes, just a note on that. Other things.
Buying a new car is out of the question. Buying a new car is out of the question.
Now, the second half I don't like as much because I think the pitch ranges get a little bit more restricted.
Buying a new car is out of the question.
Buying a car is out of the question. In general, English really doesn't like that pattern. A little too sing-songy.
Buying a new car is out of the question.
Buying a car is out of the question. Take off the stress. Kind of like what we mentioned earlier. If you take off the stress, it's just going to allow you to flow so much more.
Money. Buying a new car is out of the question.
Because right now, you're kind of giving some heavy stress on buying, on car, out, and in question. And this is giving you that sing-songy pattern that's kind of flat. Buying a car is out of the question. Buying a car is out of the question. It's kind of choppy and it's too melodic.
Buying a new car is out of the question.
Buying a car is out of the question. Buying a car is out of the question. Because I don't have enough money, buying a car is out of the question. It's out of the question. A couple different options there. I would just do one stress, just kind of see how that feels to you. I would either stress a car, like buying a new car is out of the question. Or question. Buying a new car is out of the question. Buying a new car is out of the question. Okay, so just picking one stress, see how that affects all your pitches and things like that.
Because I don't have enough money, buying a new car is out of the question.
I'd also, in terms of sound, I want you to hear car again.
Enough money, buying a new car is out of the question. Buying a new car is out of the.
Buying a car versus car. Do you think get even more breath there before the R? So.
Car is out of the. Buying a new car is out of the question.
We really slowed down there.
Car is out of the question.
Is out of the question. A lot of times you're going to hear people reduce that more. Just to know, instead of out of the question, we're out of question. It's out of question. Out of. Just kind of watch my mouth. Just kind of hangs there. Out of. Some slight movement on my lower jaw. So instead of saying out of is a very common option.
Buying a new car is out of the question.
And again, I want to talk just pitch again. I know I say it a lot, but it has a big impact on your fluency and sound. I like the general movement. New car is out of the. You do kind of do steps down, but I just want to increase the range. I will go even lower. Is out of the question. It's out of the question. And a lot also depends on what words you're choosing to stress. But thanks to Marcos for sending that file. We, as always, appreciate it. Guys, that's some bad news. We put the call out for Huma. We got nothing. Well, Huma, if you put it in a file, what I can tell you is that the next time we have the Schwa Mill, I'll be happy to take a look at it. But again, guys, if you found this helpful, if you want to get analysis every day of the week with me into your pronunciation, you want to know what things are sounding natural, what things aren't sounding natural, and how to fix it. That is really a big component of our Mission English program, which you can go to fluentamerican.com to sign up for. We have classes throughout the week. Each of these times you see is 30 minutes long. They're small group classes, so we cap it at about 4 students. And we do exercises together. All of the classes are saved in a private Facebook group. And that's really exciting because we are just about to pass our 300th? Where were we? Yeah, 300th episode. Wow. So if you sign up for Mission English today, you will get access to 300 of our previous classes with me. Okay. Some other things to be mindful of too. Our Mission English program. Sorry, I went crazy for a minute. Other things again for Mission English program. So these are again once more all the times. We've added a writing component too. The classes are saved, and we target your pronunciation because I'll listen to you and I'll tell you, hey, we need the lower replacement. Hey, we need to add breath and things like that. I want to thank you all for joining me. I know this is kind of a weird time for our stream, and if you were selected, thank you for sending your audio. I hope that you were able to get value from it. Okay. And if you, in general, you enjoy these things, please let other people know that this is something that we do on Saturdays. If you have friends who are learning English, interested in pronunciation, it'd be great to see them too. My name is Jeff. It rhymes with breath, one of the fundamental ingredients for a natural American English accent. Thank you guys so much for your time. We will see you later. Have a good day. Have a good night. Have a good afternoon.